I have a quote for you, and I want to know who you think said this, because this is a despicable, outrageous comment. And now this is all we get from the left. It is a despicable, outrageous comment. Nobody has cited it, and I want to ask you who you think said this. You ready? Quote, Al-Qaeda really hurt us, but not as much as Rupert Murdoch has hurt us, particularly in the case of Fox News. Fox News is worse than Al-Qaeda, worse for our society. It's as dangerous as the Ku Klux Klan ever was. Who would say something so outrageous? Al-Qaeda murdered 3,000 Americans. Al-Qaeda is murdering Americans all over the world. Al-Qaeda is murdering people all over the world. Al-Qaeda is a terrorist organization. The Ku Klux Klan, a domestic terrorist organization. And yet, this individual compares Rupert Murdoch and the Fox News Channel to Al-Qaeda and the Ku Klux Klan. Who would say such a thing? Your time is up. It's Keith Olbermann on MSLSD. That's right, Keith Olbermann on MSNBC and NBC. Keith Olbermann, who on Sunday Night Football will have a major role because the suits at NBC have crammed him down on Sunday Night Football. They use him as a debate moderator for the Democrats. They use him as a quasi-news journalist with his own show on MSNBC. How can any respectable news organization, or any respectable corporation of any kind for that matter, employ somebody like this, put him on television, and be expected to be seen as anything but outrageously left-wing? Let me repeat it. Al-Qaeda really hurt us, Olbermann said, but not as much as Rupert Murdoch has hurt us, particularly in the case of Fox News. I wonder what the 9/11 families think about that. He goes on, Fox News is worse than Al-Qaeda, worse for our society. It's as dangerous as the Ku Klux Klan ever was. I wonder what people in the black community think about a comment like that. This guy is an ignoramus. He's a real slimeball. We will have the full article from the October 07 issue of Playboy magazine linked on marklevinshow.com. And by the way, you perverts, no photos. Linked on marklevinshow.com. It's just stunning to me. Stunning to me that NBC would promote this guy. marklevinshow.com, you can get the link to our special Keith Olbermann site, a whole page, the man's history, the man's, how shall I say, problems downstairs, all public knowledge. Obviously, we don't have first-hand knowledge, no photos here. And his most recent interview with Playboy, in which he compares Rupert Murdoch and Fox News to Al-Qaeda and the Klan. This is the man NBC News pushes out front. This is the man who will be on Sunday Night Football. This is the man who's not a man at all. He's a creep. Our friend Sergeant Tim writes me. He said, I've read the entire Keith Olbermann piece, linked on your website, marklevinshow.com. He said, Olbermann also said the following, quote, Giuliani tried to out-Bush Bush. He tried to get votes by talking about casualties as if another attack like 9/11 were inevitable, suggesting that voting for anyone but him would lead to more people getting killed. That's about an inch from saying, if you don't vote for me, you'll die, which is about another inch from saying, if you don't vote for me, I'll kill you. This is this idiot Olbermann. And that, to me, is not America. In fact, it's not Earth. I don't usually single out candidates for praise or brickbats. All right, you idiot. But if they're going to politicize terror, to do the work of the terrorists by terrorizing the populace, I'll come down on them like a ton of bricks. That's my job. So now Giuliani is terrorizing like the terrorists. More genius from NBC's star Keith Olbermann. Countdown to no ratings. Keith Olbermann, you're not only hung like a tack, you got the brain of a centipede. You're a moron. Get him off the football. Get him off everything else. This guy should be selling phony medicines in magazines. I think Wiener Nation did that, didn't he? I'm getting people confused now. Let's go to Erwin in Flushing, New York, a lib who would like to debate me. Yes, Erwin, how may I help you?
How are you tonight, Mark?
Yes,
if you were a real conservative man, you would debate with Keith Olbermann.
If I were a conservative man?
Hi. You would debate with Olbermann.
Wait a minute, slow down. If I were a what?
You would debate with him.
Oh, yes, I'll debate with Keith Olbermann. He's so smart. I've never seen anybody as smart as Keith Olbermann, Erwin. Now, let me ask you something, Erwin. Is he your intellectual hero?
He's one of them.
Well, tell me, what has he said that's so smart? Can you quote him?
After every show he puts on the amount.
I didn't ask you about every show, Erwin. He's so smart. I'm sure there's something memorable other than comparing Bill O'Reilly to Nazis, other than comparing Rupert Murdoch to the Klan and Al Qaeda. Go ahead, Erwin. Tell us all the smart stuff Keith Olbermann said. Give this jerk the 20-second Stalinist clock. Go.
Oh, you're just going to keep in. I'll tell him one thing. When Herr Goering wanted to attack his enemies, he said, call them unpatriotic. You do a great job. I'm going to
all right, sir, you're slurring your speech. You're either on heavy doses of something or you had a head injury. You're a moron. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.